Good morning, my lovelies. Happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday, May 14th. Hope you guys are well today. I know we haven't talked in a while. I've been doing a lot of traveling and regrouping and trying to hone in on my schedule a little bit more and get everything organized like I wanted to. So thank you everybody for your patience. I just got back from Arizona yesterday. I was tattooing and visiting. It was a beautiful trip. I am super happy to be back home though. I had my butterflies here. If you guys have been watching my other videos on YouTube. I have milkweed plants, which have monarch eggs, which had the caterpillars, and I had about 28 chrysalises out there in my screened-in porch that I have. Those have a name. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, while I was gone, my used to be bub sitter, since Bubby passed away, is now my plant and butterfly sitter, Miss Kelly. She's super awesome. So she's come and helped me out this week too. And so I got home yesterday and checked on everyone. And then today when I went out there, there's quite a lot of activity actually. There was, I released 11 or 12 butterflies today. I do have 2 more butterflies still in here. One's just gonna stay with me and be my little pet friend butterfly because her wing is broken. And so we're just gonna keep giving her honey water, and she's on the milkweed plant, and just keep her comfy as she can be. And then there's another one in there. She just seems to have very low energy. She can fly okay, but so we're doing the same with her, making sure she gets her strength back up. Everybody else was very active, and they're all released now and flying away and living their new life, their best life. Also there was which I'm so freaking blessed to have seen, a hummingbird moth, a white-lined sphinx moth. It's the same thing. They're also referred to as hummingbird moths because they often are mistaken for hummingbirds. They flap their wings so fast. I have a video of it actually because I wanted to get her out of the screen and let her go be her beautiful moth self. But she fluttered up here and her wings were just going so fast. I'll post some videos on that today too. But put her out and she's chilling in the shade now on the fence. But so beautiful. They have pink within them too. And the spiritual meaning coming from them, I have some notes here. There's a couple things besides the monarchs, the moths. There's another moth out there that kind of looks like a leaf. I thought it was a leaf. And then unfortunately, there was a dead woodpecker out there also. So that sweet babe, I honored her and buried her in the yard and gave thanks for the message and everything. It hurts my heart, but I don't know what happened. I don't have any idea. Kelly just came and said that she saw him out there, and I had forgotten about it until I got home today when I was moving a milkweed plant outside, and there he was laying there. So rest in peace, sweet babe. That spiritual meaning is pretty significant also though. So I did give thanks and many blessings to receive those messages from these babes. The animals talk to me all the time. They will talk to you if you listen. You guys know I love my nature and my plants and all of that stuff. So they're very much inspiration for a lot of my paintings and drawings that I do too. While I'm at it really quick, dragonqueen.ink, INK is my website. And I do have some new art that was just posted today on my website. If you guys want to go check it out for sale, you can go to the shop where you can pick out your different categories with my little crystal buttons on the front page. So if you get a chance to check that out, maybe purchase something or get a gift for someone, that would be super helpful. And I appreciate you guys very much. I'll be working on Patreon soon with some of my art stuff too. So be on the lookout for that. So the white-lined sphinx moth is also known as a hummingbird moth, as I told you, but it's all about new beginnings, inspiration, fresh perspectives, new cycles and things like that. So the collective, right? If you're here, we've been chatting for a while, not even me and you even, I'm talking about just the collective of videos on here in general, us that have been going through these types of rebirth and really finding our joy in life and making sure that we're taking care of ourselves and being bright, shiny, glittery lights in this world, right? For ourselves first and then everyone else. Take no harm, do no shit. A little bit what we're going to talk about today. I have that tattooed on me. Did I say take no harm, do no shit? Wow. Do no harm, take no shit. That shit was funny, bro. Anyways, I have that tattooed on me, if I can get it right. But you've probably heard that saying before. I had a great chat with my friend Kevin earlier about, what to do when you have these people around you that just seem to be spitting venom at you all the time, right? That no matter what, you try to stay in your high vibe, and they just seem to try to suck all the joy out of life and out of any time they're around you or anything like that. Unfortunately, some of these people we have to engage with here and there. I don't believe that that's like forever and always that, you keep these people in your lives but sometimes there's situations where you have to deal with people that are on such a low vibe and trying to suck you down to their level that you kind of have to remind yourself of who the fuck you are and that you're not going to put up with that shit. Real quick, I want to read the dead woodpecker too, just so we kind of have that within here with what we're going to be talking about. The dead woodpecker symbolizes significant life changes and opportunities, represents the rhythms of life and earth cycles, raising awareness. Just woodpecker in general and spirituality includes minimal yet impactful communication, which that's super relevant with what I'll be talking about today and what me and Kevin were talking about. And then the death of a woodpecker marks the end of a life pursuit going towards a higher purpose. So everything that we've all been chatting about and talking about and feeling and watching about rebirth and new cycles and everything like that has been coming through very strongly. I know you guys have been seeing it, feeling it, going through it, have gone through it, about to go through it. It's all within what's going on right now with our energies of lifting up. It's a new way of living. It's a new way of looking at things. It's a new perspective. You know what I mean? It's just a way different way than we're used to, of not living in trauma and from lack and from scarcity and being scared and being fearful of the future, and just trying to look at all the beautiful blessings and having gratitude for everything that's around us, which draws in more of, right? Which is a beautiful thing. If you practice it, you've seen it, and it seems like freaking magic, and it's lovely to experience and to see develop and unfold each day, right? So I'm super grateful for that too. That's why once we get into that flow state of where you just feel like you don't need anything, you're just so happy. Like, I have fingernails, I'm so happy. It's almost like a euphoric high of being on some type of substance. Now, I get it, I smoke weed, whatever. That's not what I mean though. The actual feeling of smoking or not smoking has nothing to do with it. If I don't smoke, I can still tap into this feeling. It's a natural feeling we all have within us. And you just, once you realize, I did wake up today. I woke up in a house. I woke up with feet. I woke up with, it doesn't matter what you're grateful for, okay? The sunshine, maybe the cold, maybe that you have clothes, maybe the minimal stuff that we look past every day that seems to be remedial and not very important. When we focus in on the present and really are aware of the things around us that we have, that we don't even need, but we have, and just that is just a beautiful thing. The people in our lives, the ability to have a car, to travel. If you don't have a car, maybe you have a bike. If you don't have a bike, maybe you can walk. If you can't walk, maybe you have a wheelchair. If not, maybe you have somebody to help you. Whatever it is, there's always something to be grateful for. I don't care where you're at in your life, okay? And a reason for it. I do believe we chose the life that we've come into. So life lessons and things like that are relevant in what's going on with us. And if you want to sit and dwell in the toxicity and the venom, as Kevin put it, then that's your choice. But don't try to bring that shit over here, okay? Because it's not allowed, and I'm not going to put up with it. He was asking and talking about pretty much how to deal with people that are around you that seem to spit venom all the time, right? Some of these people you might have been around in your life, they could be family, friends, whoever, but they just seem to always be in a negative mood. They look for the worst in everything. They fear everything. They're warning you about everything going on. you're just like, bro, get the fuck off my back and chill out. You know, like, are you ever in a good mood? Do you ever look at any of the good things in life? Because that's why all this shit, you know, usually is drawn towards people that complain all the time and that are living in fear. That's what comes towards them. It used to happen with me before I changed my perspective and before I tapped into some shit and tried to learn and grow and get out of the energies I was in. I've talked about it before, but I used to be very, very difficult to talk to and to deal with. I'm still a little, I think maybe rough around the edges, but not near like I used to be. I can remember my aunt hanging up on me a couple times when we were talking because I just had the shittiest attitude about I think one time she was even trying to give me some good news or surprise me with something. And I was just in my own shitty little attitude and she ended up hanging up on me, deservedly, because of the energy I was bringing to the conversation. Like, good for her, right? Like, fuck that. I'm not putting up with their bullshit, bro. So, you guys don't have to put up with other people's bullshit or take on their energies of whatever fear or shitty situation they're living in. My friend was speaking about how, you know, the situation he's in right now, there's most of all of the people around him are kind of in this energy and thinking that way. And he is not, but, you know, the energy of trying to keep that up and to not just flip out on people and, you know, maybe give them a little tap there. Sometimes we feel that way, right? He was asking me, how do I deal with those types of situations that people just keep like pushing you and pushing your buttons and finding things to fucking get at you about, you know what I mean? When you're trying to be happy and positive and shit. So for one, most of us that are in that energy and trying to be our best selves and positive as we can and whatever, just doing whatever we can as strong as we can and focus on the good things. People that are around us that are trying to get us down to their level, he even said it, almost like, he's like, almost they get off on when I react to them. And I told him, of course they do, because they won. That's what they want. They want to get your happy ass down to their level so they can be like, yep, see, I was right. Everybody's a miserable fuck like I am, right? No, that's not true. We feel so isolated. The ones, what I was just about to say, we do the growth and the learning and the, you know, us not wanting to be like I used to be when I was younger. It's, for one, focusing on the good, again, and focusing on the blessings and not the fear. But knowing that people like that are a dime a dozen and people like us are few and far between. So please don't feel like you are the odd man out and that you're wrong or that you're doing something wrong or on the wrong path just because what you feel and what you know is true is not in agreement with what everybody else around you is doing or saying or feeling or thinking. It doesn't matter. Their shit's irrelevant. That's why quieting your mind and meditating is so important, to hush those other voices that may be plentiful around you, and you want to tell to shut the fuck up sometimes. You know, you can do it with grace. Sometimes you just have to be, you don't have to be mean about it, but you can be a strict asshole about it. I don't know if that makes much sense, but you know, you don't have to say it with a smile. As long as you're stating your truth and you're not, you know, reacting, and you're just saying like, you know, sometimes you don't even have to explain yourself, but sometimes words are not even needed. It's just actions, because no response is a response, right? We don't have to respond to everything. And it's like, when you just let it go and you don't react to what they're saying, it eats them up and they get more pissed off, right? But you feel fine because you're like, I'm not fucking taking on that. But when you react and you get down to their level of, you know, their shitty attitude and just being in a shitty mood and being all fucking angry and violent all the time, then they're like, yay, see what I was just saying earlier. You got down to their level and they brought you down there and they won. So, standing in your power and remaining strong, listening to your intuition is not easy, especially when you feel like you have a whole team of people against you and you feel like, am I doing something wrong? Am I the fucking weirdo over here? Like, right? Like, how come everybody else seems to be doing it this way and I'm feeling like that's wrong and I want to do it this way? but I'm the only one doing it this way. That's because, what did I say? You are few and far between. You are rare, you are a beautiful soul, and you just feel and see things differently. And you are needed in this world for that, just to be that leader. To your thing is to make sure your goal, to make sure you are your highest and truest self, right, that you could be. And anybody else is supposed to come up and meet you and match that energy, right? That you are an inspiration, a motivator for other people, not the other way around. It's not, they come around you and you let them suck the fucking energy and your life source out of you. And now you're back, and now you're just the same as everybody else and wondering why you feel like shit, right? So make sure you're not taking on those energies, and know that you don't have to, and know that you have support out here and other people out here that are going through the same thing, and that sometimes feel very alone and very isolated and feel like we're doing something wrong or that we're on the wrong path because it's not what everybody else is doing. I take that as an absolutely beautiful, wonderful, good sign, you guys, that you are doing what's right because you're following your intuition of what you feel is correct for you. And it is for the greater good, and it's only going to either bring those people up to you and be a motivation, like I said, or since the energy won't match, they'll just fall away. You won't have to deal with that forever, right? Energy that doesn't match can't coincide together like that. It doesn't work. So if you're on a high vibe and these people are trying to come at you and you maintain the high vibe, they will vibrate away or they will come up to match you. That's the only options that energy has, okay? So that's why you don't need to be pulled down to their level either, because what? Then you're matching all that energy, and now you've seen 15 other people that are acting just the same way, and now you're back in your old comfort zone, right? Which is, fuck it. Why? Who cares? Who gives a fuck, right? Everything's shit. Life is shit. Everything's gonna go wrong. Everything's hard. Everything. If you want to live in that energy, live in it. You're gonna have 30 million fucking people behind you on that. But if you want to live in the energy of, bro, life is beautiful, I'm cool, everything's taken care of, no worries, but echo, 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 I'm here by myself saying that shit, then it is what it is. Be by yourself saying that shit and feeling good instead of being with the 30 million people feeling like garbage, all right, and hating their fucking life. So, I'm proud of you for how far you've come if you're here. Hopefully we're high vibing here and we're matching energies, and if we're not, then you'll just vibrate away and this isn't for you, and it is what it is. So, again, I want to thank all my clients in Arizona and my client in Vegas, Matt, too, for I really am truly blessed for the traveling to be able to take care of my clients and visit my friends and have some good times while I'm traveling. It is a switch in schedules right now. I'm switching up some things. I brought that up because part of the reason I haven't been posting here too much is that, and I'm trying to hone in on my schedule as far as getting paintings out, being a little more consistent with my schedule. I've been working on that for a while. Trust me, for me, it's not the easiest. Some of you guys might relate to that, but I'm doing the best I can and trying to help and bring joy to myself and do all of that, and just, have wonderful art for you guys to look at. Hopefully it'll evoke some beautiful feelings from you. That's my goal too. Bring you some power within yourself, just make you feel some type of wonderful way. And then if anything here that I say at all can help you guys, then I fucking love that too. So as I said, I've released some butterflies today. Altogether, I have to count. I've been taking a little count list over there too. I felt like there was some sort of point. Oh, that's about change. Confirmation, transformation too. So between the rest in peace dead hummingbird, the white-lined sphinx moth with the beautiful pink on it. She has pink within her wings when she flaps. Oh my God, so beautiful. And she landed here when I was taking her out of the screen. It was just like, I could feel her air. Oh, so freaking beautiful, you guys. I saw the ravens today. There was quite a few of them. Unless they were crows, it was a murder. I think ravens or something else. But they were pretty big. They looked like ravens. And in a few readings I've seen people post, and just in general, birds are a big sign lately. We've all been seeing lots of them, and ravens have been coming up too. So to see them and my cardinal out there this morning also, so much activity with that and the plants blooming, and new energy is coming in. I know you guys feel it. You guys are doing great. You're probably seeing flowers bloom around you, and you're just having the most magical of experiences, which I love. Hopefully listening to the signs and synchronicities that are around you. There's been obviously a lot with the numbers and stuff, a lot of 777s, the ones, 111, 1111, going for the new beginnings, right? The new start. We have spring, summer here. So that's about new growth, new beginnings. We couldn't be more bombarded with the signs really about what's going on. So I'm super proud of you guys for being here, for standing in your power if you have been, and really not letting other people get you down, or any situations get you down. It's been, I don't like to speak this, but it's been a little testy lately and a little rough for a lot of us, right? Financially, whatever's going on. I don't speak on that a lot as far as like any political stuff or news. I just don't, okay? I have my reasons for that. If any of us ever have a sit-down conversation about it, we could chat about it someday, but there's reasons I don't speak a lot on that, but I know some energy shifts are happening without having to be all within the details of the bullshit. But I know it's for the greater good, and it's just best to, again, remain in your power, you guys, and just know everything, even if slow as fuck, is happening for the best. It really is, especially when you're looking at it and be like, oh, I see why that went away, or that person went away, or I'm not in that job anymore, or whatever it is. I'm in the process of kind of transitioning my career also. I'll still be tattooing, but I'll be tattooing a little bit less and only really doing projects that I feel inspired and passionate about, and not just accepting anything. I've been tattooing for 24 years, and I love you guys and appreciate you guys very much. I do want to, however, shift some of that energy that I've put out there for all tattoos and just doing that back into some of my painting and some of my artwork, that ideas that I'd like to explore. So there's just a bit of a switch on that too. I wanted to give you guys a heads up. I'm trying not to do a super long video today because I have a few things to catch up on from my trips, but saying that about standing in your power and not letting it shake you up just because you might be the only person in the whole freaking city that's feeling that way doesn't mean you're wrong, okay? Just sit with yourself for a second and remind yourself who the fuck you are, straighten your crown up, and guide other people to straighten their crown also, okay? Let's pull a couple cards just to see what Spirit has to say. Any extra guidance for today in this little reading. If you guys have any questions or anything, please feel free to comment. Like I said, I'll try to be a bit more consistent with this too, because I don't really want it to be a here and there. If I can try to do like a video a week at least so I can balance the other stuff, I'm going to try my best, you guys. So just, if you're watching at all and you've been here, if you're new or have been watching, thank you so very much. And if you subscribe, thank you even more. So anyway, some messages from Spirit to hopefully help your day go easier and answer anything that we may need to focus on. I think one more. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Communicate with your angels, birds of paradise flower. You have the ability to connect with beings of love who surround you. Communicate with your angels and deliver their healing messages to others. It's kind of what we've been doing today, right? Ooh, what bird is out there? Some birds flying around out there. Speaking of birds, the birds of paradise flower, right? That popped out face up first. Lots of birds. Birds are about communication. Birds are messengers, right? So there is totally a lot of, oh, the doggies are outside too. Sorry. I'm super distracted with animals all the time. Let me tell you. But birds are about receiving messages, communication. You might be getting ready to receive a message from somebody that you've been waiting to receive a message from. I know that's been coming out a lot lately within the love department. You have been speaking with your angels and listening to them, or you need to communicate with them just a little bit more and be more aware of them. I feel like if you're here, you have been doing that. I feel like it's just a confirmation that, again, what you're receiving is correct, even if you feel like you're the only one that feels that way, okay? So just know that you're correct in that receiving the information within your intuition and from your angels, animals, butterflies. It comes to us in many different ways, you guys. It could even be a sign on the sign of a semi where you're like, I was just thinking about that exact word, or that answered exactly what I was asking in my head. That's not your imagination. You're not tripping. You know what I'm saying? It's for real, for real. Your angels are speaking to you. It's just different ways. And once you pay more attention, if you're in the present moment, then you're able to pay attention to stuff like that. And then the practice of that belief, right? Knowing they're speaking to you, and just even playing with it a little bit of asking, well, maybe show me whatever, a blue butterfly, if this, what I'm feeling is correct, right? And then it might not be immediately, but you let that question go and you send it out as a message, and then you receive the message maybe later that day, maybe the next day when you're not thinking about it. Usually you'll forget about it. You'll be doing something and all of a sudden you'll see a blue butterfly either in person or on a card, or again on a car, a truck or something, on a sign. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be for real in real life. It could just be a picture of one. But the point is, that was your answer, and that's just part of communication with your angels. So good job, you guys. Keep doing that, all right? You're not tripping. You're right on track, please. Simplify your life, the daisy. You've had so much going on that you're spread too thin. This has to change now so your vitality can recharge. Just as much for me as it is for you guys, trust. So this is part of what I'm doing with the simplifying of my life, of what I was talking to you guys earlier about, honing in on my schedule and making sure that I really would like to be really good at one thing, right? And not mediocre at a few things. So that's partly why I'd like to focus more of my energy on my painting. I've just always had this vision since I was little of just having my paintings all over the world and people admiring them, and just, again, it evoking some type of wonderful feeling when they look at it. So some of the images I want to get out of my brain. I just need to put more time into that. So it means I have to clear up my schedule with some other things so that I'm not overdoing it, and I can simplify to create time instead of trying to mush all the time together and burning myself out like I've been known to do in the past. So I'm sure some of you can relate. But just as I said about our house, I don't mean our physical house. I mean our house, our spiritual house. We only have so many rooms and so much space in that spiritual house, right? If we have old junk and dust and cobwebs and bullshit filling up half of the house or a few of the rooms that we need for our creations, for our things that we love and our joyful things, they're not all going to fit. So we have to get rid of some of that old shit that you have in your spiritual house, okay? So remember to simplify and clean that shit out. We just had a full moon a couple days ago. The energy of the full moon is still powerful and relevant, so you could still go do some full moon rituals tonight or whatever, cleanse your crystals, go do some releasing, talk to Mama Moon. I do it all the time, and if you've seen some of my other videos, I talk about how I released my sciatica and how that helped heal that energy and things like that. It's pretty fucking magical. So use the full moon to your advantage and simplify your life. Also, I just got a Snapdragon. Release all anger. Snapdragon, of course, I love that shit, right? Don't give power to negative words by saying them. Speak from your higher self and make your communications peaceful and loving. Bruh, what were we just talking about with Kevin, right? What were we just talking about? You can communicate gracefully. You don't have to react to anything they say. Maybe no communication is your communication, and that's fine too. But don't let the anger get pulled out of you from that, right? Release it in some other way. If you feel like you need to have a conversation with somebody that is making you have anxiety just thinking about talking to them about it, go release some of that anger, right? Go play a sport, go run around for a second, do some fucking jumping jacks, go paint something, punch some clay, something soft, a pillow, scream into a pillow. That energy needs to be released somehow, and don't let it build up to when you're all hyped up when I'm gonna go talk to this person and fucking tell them how I feel and tell them what's up. Nah, that's not how we address the situations. That's not how far we've come with where we are now to be able to handle that, right? So release that anger first and some of that energy and get it out of your system. And then chill the fuck out for a minute, calm yourself, think with a clear mind. You might still have a little bit of butterflies about having the conversation, but that's normal. Envision the conversation going well. Envision the conversation going better than you expected. And Almost all the time, it will, you guys. I promise you it will. When you go into it with that hype-ass angry fucking energy that, you know, it's very demanding and very aggressive, that's what you're going to receive back, right? My hair's pulling on my brain. Hold on. So, again, energy matches energy. So, if you're going to... Ouch. If you're going to go into it with that type of energy, it's probably going to be an argument or a fight. And it might escalate to something even worse. That's not what we want, okay? Go into it with some grace and with some intelligence and with some good communication. Chat with your angels first if you need to about it. Maybe go talk to a trusted friend or relative that you know they would handle the situation in a wonderful, peaceful way. So go ask them how they would handle it. And then take on that advice and go handle it that way. And calm yourself first and just see how wonderful situations turn out when you go into it with a more peaceful energy, but with perspective, right? I'm talking about even, say it's a fender bender. Say somebody bumps you from behind or whatever. Don't hop out of the car threatening them and wanting to go off and do this and do that. Calm your fucking tits. Make sure you're okay. Make sure they're okay. Everything's okay. Get out of the car. You know, understand that it was an accident. You don't have to flip out. Even if they're flipping out and it's their fault, don't take on that energy, right? Remember what we were talking about earlier. Communicate with grace, with love, with patience, and with peace and understanding. And I promise you, throat chakra, it'll go well. It'll go much better than you're thinking, okay? Excuse me. All right. I'm just going to pull from one more deck, spellcasting, and I think just one more, because I knew this was... I try not to make these long, and then I get on my ramble and chatting and thinking I need to share these things with you, and here we are at 3155. What's 55 all about? Change. We know that, right? 555s. Lots of those lately too. So I want to wrap it up too to be able to share some butterfly videos with you, and hopefully you're transforming and you're emerging out of your cocoon and your chrysalis, and you are a beautiful new butterfly with your new wings and ready to explore this new life, right? All right. Any more messages? Great Spirit, any more messages for us today? And then we will sign off after this. Spirit guide. Do one more? Just one more. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Spirit guide and well-being. I am going to read these and then we'll close out. How beautiful. I love these cards so much. The art on them is just gorgeous and evokes a feeling from me, again, that I hope to evoke from others. Oh my God. Look, guys. Blue butterflies. Are you freaking kidding me right now? What did we just... And there was even a joke, right? It was even a joke ask for sign. And we still got fucking blue butterflies. I don't know how well it's focusing, but they're right there. These are all butterflies. And that we got butterflies in general, right? Woo, Spirit guide. I just noticed on this one we have the twins, right? I know it's her reflection, right? Mirror twins, but a lot of us are going through a twin flame journey right now also. So, wow, between the blue butterflies, this stuff, she's got stars all around her, just light exploding. She looks focused. She looks like she's standing in her power, and she's not playing, okay? Able to speak with her. We got this lady down here having a chat with who? The butterflies and the moon. Weren't we just talking about that too? See what I mean, guys? It's fucking crazy how this shit goes, and it makes me so happy. Just this simple stuff makes me so very happy. So, I don't know why I keep holding this up in your face. You see it. There's the moon. She's talking to the moon. She looks calm with her communication, doesn't she? She looks like she's communicating well, and she's transformed, and she's letting go anything she needs to let go to receive her blessings. All right, let's read these really fast. Not really fast, but let's read these, and then we'll be done. Page 112. Lots of 12s been coming up lately. 12 12s, plus obviously it was the 12th the other day, but it's a very good sign. Also a very good number for what's happening. Look it up if you feel you need to. Magical guidance from Spirit Guide card. You've never ever walked alone. For each step you take is guided by a helpful and protective watcher who resides in the spirit world. Spirit guides come in many forms, including deceased loved ones, animals, and mystical beings who bring to you many gifts and lessons, and always have your best interests at heart. All you have to do is be willing to accept their presence and pay attention to their loving messages, which can come in many ways, which we were already talking about, right? You're being nudged to be meditative and go into deep commune with your spiritual guardian at this time in order to harness spiritual connection and esoteric understanding. Magical meanings of this card are that messages come to you through words and songs, conversations and books. Signs are all around you. Trust your visions. Leave out gifts of gratitude to seal your bond. Page 113. 13's been coming up a lot too. Dude, the songs that I hear that come up randomly or just on the front of my YouTube, I'll even ask Spirit for some like songs from my love or songs from whatever, just anything they want me to hear, and I'll do the little refresh, and then some cool song will come up maybe that I've never heard before, that's suggested, that turns me on to a new artist and a new music, which is also always lovely, right, to add new beautiful music to your playlist. But the messages in there sometimes are so on point and will say either exactly what I was thinking, something I had said earlier, something I had read, an answer to a question I had of how someone feel. I mean, dude, it's fucking crazy. So go listen to some songs too. You probably already do, but I love that shit. That's one of my favorite little games to play with my angels. I'll just be in like the mood of what you guys have to tell me today. And then I sing my little heart out, don't I? Well-being. Page 126. Concerns about your well-being have been flagged, and you're being reminded to take steps towards healing aspects of your current state of being. Changes call you to adapt. Whether this is on a physical, mental, or social level, the prime concern is looking at how to achieve the optimum levels required to feel and be at your very best. Part of that simplify your life and release anger cards, definitely part of this, you guys. By doing so, you'll emerge with a positive self-esteem so you can live and work productively while feeling engaged with the world around you. Happiness, health, and comfort support you as you take the steps towards personal fulfillment. I don't know if I finished my thought earlier about being in the flow state and what you feel like and just being grateful for everything around you. Like I said, it's almost like being on acid or something. If you never have, I don't know how to translate that to you. Maybe just know what it feels like to be in the flow state. But you're just like, man, my hands are beautiful. My fingernails are beautiful. I love sitting here. I don't need or want anything. It's just living is a beautiful thing. And that's just being in the flow state. And when you know that everything is taken care of and you can really feel that within you and get down to you cannot have none of my coffee fly, and get down to the present moment and simplify things of just what's around you, and try not to overwhelm yourself with all the tasks, everything we think we need to do or have to do that day. Whittle it down to, what do I need, the one little tiny half step I need to take next, right? Don't think about the 100 things that you have on your list. What is today, right? Whittle it down. What is right now? What is right now, this moment? What do I have to do right now? My next task. It could be paying one bill. It could be I just need to put in one application for a job. It could be I need to take a bath to quiet my mind. It could be something very simple. Take that one step and then you'll take the next one and the next one. Don't worry about the order it needs to be in. It's just what evokes that feeling of what you feel like you can handle right now, like what you can handle right now. If you don't feel like you can do that application right now and it's just giving you some type of feeling, okay, put it off to a little bit later today and do something that calms you and that would make you feel more ready to maybe do that, okay? And take that little step first. It might be putting on your favorite outfit first, and then you feel more confident to step out and your self-esteem's higher to take care of a couple things that you need to do. That doesn't mean you have to take care of everything all at once right now. Pick one thing and move on from there, okay? The magical meanings of this card are that lifestyle choices need to be revised, simplifying life. A welcome energy shift is occurring, absolutely. Try to consume healthy foods and beverages, and you're about to turn a corner. Page 127. 27 came up, I don't know how many times yesterday. It's been coming up all this month too, but that's another number. Check that out. Plus it simplifies to the number 9, which is all about endings and new beginnings, right? The ending of a cycle. So I hope that helped you guys. I love you guys so much. If you get a chance to check out my other videos, to subscribe or to check out my website, dragonqueen.ink, ink, like tattoo ink. Go check that out and let me know what you think. If you would like me to cover any topics here about how to deal with something, let me know that also. I would love to help and share anything that I've learned throughout my little journey here. So thank you guys. I love you all so much. You're doing great. I'm very proud of you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.